everyone. Today we're going to talk about our attempt at Queen Creek Canyon Trail. Our friend Scott invited us on the 2022 New Year's ride. We've never done this trail before except for this section of the trail where it's the coming out of the Montana Mountain Trail. Jeremy, do you remember this section of the trail? It was like 4 months ago that we did this section.
No, funny enough, I didn't realize until you just told me that this was the same trail, because coming into this trail and with all the water crossings that are coming up, it's completely different than when we did it in October.
Yeah, we got really excited when we see this kind of raging river type thing going on, because this will be our first crossing with a Jeep. We threw some rocks trying to figure out how deep it was, but we saw some tire tracks across the bank, so we figured just give it a try anyways.
And apparently it wasn't deep at all.
No, not at all.
These side-by-sides, they kind of did a whole section of this trail with us and did most of these major water crossings with either in front of us or behind us, right?
Yeah, they at some point got in front of us, and we were just kind of watching where they're going and seeing that they were able to cross the river crossing, so we should be able to make it in our Jeeps.
Yeah, we were kind of keeping an eye with the drone, and quite frankly, I figured if we saw one floating down the river, then maybe we should be concerned. Otherwise,
right.
We were probably good too.
Yeah, and we were able to use the drone to kind of fly ahead and tell us whether there's river crossing coming up or not, so that was quite handy. This is the really long river crossing that we did. We didn't know where we're coming out, so it was just kind of the whole trail is just river. Close to the end, we saw the side-by-sides on the bank, and they were filming us. We'll show here in a second their video of Scott in front of us and approaching the bank here.
Yeah, and Scott was cruising through this pretty fast. He was commenting that he has 20-inch tires and he's thinking about going down to 17s. But he went through that not being able to see pretty fast. And I was kind of laughing about it because I'm back there all slow and careful and all concerned, and I think I'm actually lifted a little more than he is. It was only us and Scott in our group, so we had those side-by-sides in front of us, and then for a brief moment we had a couple Jeeps behind us, and they went either a different direction. They
went onto the Montana Mountain Trail where the split was.
Yeah, I don't know who they are, but that red Jeep was nice. I was given a few looks there while we were driving. These side-by-sides, they went by us at some point. There was a few people here. Most of them we just let pass at some point.
Now we're approaching the Forest Road 342, which is the connector trail to get to Queen Creek Canyon Trail. We spotted these people stuck on the trail, and Jeremy, tell us about how you were trying to help them out.
Yeah, so we walked up there. I don't think this is as bad maybe when it's dry, but it was super muddy. They got kind of stuck in a rut. We couldn't get around them, so we kind of hung out, tried to give them a hand. So ultimately, I gave him our tree saver, and he got himself winched up, went up a little ways, and then they turned around and headed back down. This guy said he had done this trail this way, and it actually would get worse. And this is really washed out, so I'm going slow and steady. But again, I've got the Rubicon and the MetalCloak 3.5 game changer, so I'm just going slow with lockers. But Scott, he doesn't have lockers, and so he went at it, did a little Jeep wave.
We both screamed, and he was just chuckling at us.
Yeah, this is where we may have the nicer equipment, but we're the newbies,
We're
really.
still newbies, really newbies. And here you'll see us trying to tackle more of the trail. The guy that was stuck before warned us it actually gets worse as you go in, especially on a wet condition like this. We can kind of see this shelf road getting narrower. There's a lot of moderate size off-camber kind of slope that you can see here.
Yeah, so I mean this tilts a little bit, and we've got the rooftop on the top, and again we laugh about our 18-degree roll is pure nervousness for us. So
I like to come out and guide people, be the spotter, but also give me a chance to not scream in the Jeep when Jeremy's going through off-camber stuff.
Yeah, and then no one also is witnessing me screaming. But Scott just kind of plows through, but here he gets a little stuck, and again it's wet, it's slippery.
And this map is just to show you where we turned around, and then we're really close to where the Queen Creek Canyon Trail starts, which is this spot. Again, the guy said is just gonna get much worse with the washout and the wet condition, with it being slippy and muddy, so we just turned around.
Yeah, and Scott, without having lockers with all that mud, he certainly was like, let's call it a day. So we did, and this is us navigating that washout section
where the guy got stuck.
Yeah, where he got stuck, coming back down, which I would say was much harder, actually.
It was harder because you're sliding down a lot. We were trying to avoid that washout spot where it just goes down the canyon. So
yeah, no one wants to take her Jeep down off a cliff.
No.
So we were actually out there a long time, but we didn't finish the trail.
We didn't even get on Queen Creek Canyon Trail. We attempted, but we definitely will try to come back when it's dry and not muddy and slippery. And afterwards, I did a little research. There's actually some repair work needed done on Queen Creek Canyon Trail from the other side. So it is possible that that section of the trail may not be drivable for full-size vehicles for a while.
And funny enough, the time that we were out there, helped those guys and went on, a lot of these crossings, the water got quite a bit less. And
yeah, it definitely has receded quite a bit.
Although the water was pretty fun.
It was fun.
After we realized that we were fine on that first crossing, we just kind of did it. Plus, it's always exciting when there's actual water in the desert.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for watching our 2022 New Year's ride attempt on Queen Creek Canyon Trail. We'll see you on our next adventure.